Today, I want to talk about one of the most valuable pieces of equipment I have, and you might be surprised by what it is. It's not my mowers or my blowers, it's actually my GoPro. I record almost all of the work we do. That includes lawn mowing, landscaping, planting, snow removal, mulch jobs, cleanups, and pretty much anything else where time matters. And I don't do it just because I want footage for content or because I'm a wannabe director. I do it because video gives me the real numbers I need to plan and price accurately. In this business, time is one of the biggest things you've got to understand. If you don't know how long a job actually takes, then you're guessing when you price it, you're guessing when you schedule it, and you're guessing when you send guys out to do the work. That's usually where the profit disappears. Recording my jobs gives me a way to go back and look at what really happened instead of what I think happened or what I remember happening. For example, a while back, I did a full-time test with two different machines. If you watch my videos, you've probably seen these clips before. I recorded myself mowing my own front and back lawn. Together, they're about 6,000 square feet. I cut the same lawns on the same day under the same conditions with two different mowers. First, I used my 60-inch zero-turn mower. Then I used my 48-inch walk-behind mower. The zero-turn took about 5 minutes. The walk-behind took about 7 minutes. I even did the same with my push mower, so for you guys using those, it takes me roughly 3 to 4 minutes every 1,000 square feet. On one lawn, that might not sound like a huge difference, but the point isn't just that one lawn. The point is getting a production number I can actually use. Once I know how long each mower takes on 6,000 square feet, I can break that down per 1,000 square feet and apply it to any lawn. For example, I now know on my 60-inch zero-turn mower, every 1,000 square feet of lawn should take just under a minute. On my 48-inch walk-behind, it should take under 2 minutes to mow 1,000 square feet, and for my push mower, it takes closer to 4 minutes per 1,000 square feet of lawn. In practice, it looks like this. Take this lawn I'm mowing here. This is a client's lawn, and it's also around 6,000 square feet. So on my zero-turn mower, which takes less than a minute to complete 1,000 square feet, this lawn should only take around 5 to 6 minutes. And I knew that before I even set foot on the property. So now when I measure a customer's property, no matter how big or small it is, I'm not guessing anything at all. I can scale the time based on the size of the property and the machine I'm using. I recorded myself line trimming, edging, and blowing too on the same lawns, so I have a complete job timed accurately and know how long any lawn care job should take. That helps with pricing, and it helps with routing and scheduling the days for me and my crew to make sure I'm completing the amount of jobs I need to each day and each week to stay profitable. I do the same thing with snow removals too. I have one video where I snow blow an entire driveway in under 5 minutes. I also have a video of a two-man crew, one guy shoveling and one guy plowing in the truck. Then I have another video where me and one other guy complete a driveway just shoveling. Fun fact, this is actually one of the first videos I ever recorded, and I did it on a camcorder 15 years ago. That's proof you don't need the latest tech to be accurate with your planning and pricing. But again, the point here is I've got multiple timings with different equipment and different crew sizes, so I can be as accurate as possible when pricing any snow job. I can't stress enough how invaluable all my recordings are at keeping my prices profitable, my days moving efficiently, and my business thriving each year. The same thing applies to planting. I have another video where we planted 100 Pachysandra. I planted 50, and a new guy in my crew planted 50. Together, we got all 100 planted in under 20 minutes. It took me about 7 minutes to plant 50. It took him about 11 minutes to plant 50. So he was a little slower, but he's new and he's learning, so it's not a problem and not what I'm focused on. The useful part, the part I'm focusing on, is that the video showed me why he was slower. He was thinking the hole had to be completely opened up and cleaned out before the plant went in. But I've done it enough times to know that I can stick the tool in, open the soil up a little, drop the plant in, and move the dirt back around it. It's quicker, and it works just as well. That's the kind of thing you might not catch clearly in the moment, especially when everyone is moving around and trying to get multiple jobs done. But when you watch the video back, you can see exactly where time is being added, and now I know what to train him on. That's one of the biggest benefits of recording jobs. It's not only about pricing, it's also about training. If a guy is slower, that doesn't automatically mean he's lazy or not working hard. A lot of the time, he just hasn't learned the faster process yet. And as a bonus, if I have recordings of me working efficiently, I can show them the videos as an example. It gives me something specific to teach from. The video helps me see whether the issue is effort, technique, planning, or instruction. I also record landscape tasks like mulch jobs, I've got one video where I recorded the whole process, including filling the wheelbarrows, moving the mulch to where it's going to be placed, and then spreading it in the landscape bed. I have two different spots in the garden I was moving the mulch to. One was about 65 feet away, and the other was more like 120 feet, and I moved all 30 wheelbarrows in 1 hour, which works out to roughly 6 yards of mulch. So now I know that in that setup, I can move about 6 yards of mulch in an hour. After that, the spreading took about an hour and a half. Now I can separate the job into parts and get a much better production number. I know how long it takes to move the material and how long it takes to spread the material. And when I quote the next mulch job, I'm not pricing from memory or guesswork. I'm pricing from something I've actually measured. That's how you start tightening up a business and pricing for profit. You measure the work, watch the process, figure out where the time is going, and then use that information to make better decisions. A lot of guys lose money because they don't know their real production rates, and that means they are more often than not underpricing their services. They know they worked hard, they know the job got done, and they know they were busy all day, but they don't actually know whether the job made money, and that's a big problem. If you priced a job for 2 hours and it really took 3, you didn't just lose an hour, you lost profit. And if that happens across multiple jobs, it adds up fast. That's why I record the work. And all I use is a GoPro, but you could even just use your phone. This is just for timing and technique. You don't need to be Martin Scorsese to succeed here. My GoPro is a measuring tool. It shows me how long the job took, how efficient the process was, whether the crew needs more training, and whether my pricing is accurate. So when I build a schedule, I can plan the day based on real time. And when I quote a job, I can price it based on real numbers. That's the difference between guessing and running the business. Because in this industry, working hard isn't enough. You've got to know how long the work takes, what your guys can produce, and whether every job is actually making you money. Good luck out there.